You're welcome to the Optimized Podcast with Osayi Tres Omokaro. This is one of my ways of helping individuals and businesses to optimize so they can earn more and hire more. And together, we're able to reduce unemployment, crime, and criminality in our society. So sit back, relax, listen for that insight that truly transforms because your earning and your hiring matters to us. All right, viewers and listeners, you're welcome to the Optimized Podcast with Osayi Tres Omokaro. Today we have a very phenomenal young lady, coincidentally my own daughter, that I'm hosting on today's podcast. So I'll leave her to introduce herself before we jump into the conversation. So Karen, it's up to you.
Hey, good day, everyone. Good morning, good evening. My name is Karen Tres Omokaro. I am the daughter of Mr. Osayi Tres Omokaro, and I am the author of the book Read and Glow.
You're welcome to the Optimized Podcast. So my first question is, how does it feel to be launching your first book on your 15th year birthday? Is there any exceptional feeling to that?
Yes, I feel happy, first of all, because it's like an achievement for me, because I am a young person, just turning 15 years, and able to accomplish this kind of thing is going to boost other people's confidence to me. So I like the fact that I was able to achieve something so that I can help other people around me boost their confidence, prove that they cannot aspire for greatness or do good things. Once they see me like I've done this thing, they will be more motivated, have more insights, and become more confident in themselves that they can do it. So I think I'm just joyous. I'm happy because I am an example to people now. People can look up to me and be like, I want to be like that girl. I want to aspire to be great. I want to do better things than her.
Happy
So
to hear that you're not just celebrating this, you're setting a challenge for people like you. And I like the last word you say, I want to aspire to be better than her. So you're setting a standard for your mates, setting a standard for your colleague, and that gives me a whole lot of joy. I'm your daddy. I fondly call you genius cacatology. I started seeing this from childhood. Do you know the story behind that name?
okay, I think is the story behind that is I think it's from what you saw when you gave birth to me, because you always tell us that when you gave birth to us, you God told you your plan, the plan that you were to use for to guide each and every of your child. You told me that I will be a leader, lead by example and all that. You told all you told all your children the things that God told you when you gave birth to us. So I feel that because of what you know about us, like what God told you, that what makes you to give us names that will propel us to become better. So the name Kakatology the Genius is not just from anywhere, it's from what God has already told you about me. So that's my answer.
Set a very high standard for your siblings. What is that thing that motivates you to live by example?
Okay. To lead by example, I feel first of all, there are some in some schools I've gone to, there are people who just teach. They just teach. They just say whatever they are teaching you, but they don't follow it. And not following what you are teaching can actually make the person you are teaching not to listen because they feel you are just saying it, but you are not doing it. So why should we copy you? I also watched somebody's podcast that said when you are doing something or when you want to convince somebody to do something, you don't just keep on saying it, you act it. So when you are acting those things, doing the things that you want other people to follow, then they will find it easier to follow you because they are seeing the steps you are using to go through all these things. So that's why for me, I'm a very organized person. I like my things organized. So most of the times, if I feel that things are too scattered, instead of just telling my siblings to go and do it and I'm lying down, I will help them, assist. We do it together. That will make them know that okay, she's not at the back, she's not sending us messages and she's not doing anything. So we are doing it together. It's like an example to them to make them to want to do more of that thing. So that's what I feel. That's what helps me in all these kind of things.
As you know, many young people struggle with discipline and routine. So, what is it that drives your love for structure, for discipline, for excellence? Knowing that people of your age, they rather want to do what they enjoy. And most times, what people enjoy may not necessarily result to a structured life, a disciplined life, may not really end up in excellence. What's that thing that guides you to maintain that life of structure, discipline, and excellence?
Okay. So for me, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I listen to a lot of people that encourage motivation and all that. So one thing that I've always heard is that it's not only when you are motivated, you have to put that discipline into it. You may want to do something, but if you are not disciplined enough, if you have not made up your mind within yourself that I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to accomplish it, there's no way you'll be able to accomplish it. And another thing, when we are praying, doing morning devotion, what we are also taught is that you pray for help. You cannot remove that aspect from your life because we are believers, we are children of God. We have to pray to God for the strength to do whatever we want to do. So for that question, young people may find it hard to do some things. Even I, sometimes you may want to just stop using your phone at a particular time because you have other things to do, or you have been procrastinating so much that you have a lot of deadlines that are waiting for you, but you cannot just drop it. So what I do, I first of all assign the things I have to do in my head. So I know that okay, from here you are doing this next thing, you're doing this next one. Then I give myself breaks. So it's not like you are packing all the load upon yourself at a single time, but you are breaking it down. So you know that okay, from here I can do this, then I can take a break, then I can go back. So I feel is rewarding yourself is part of it, and also putting that effort, just telling yourself that I will be able to do this. I will be
Awesome.
able
I'm
to
sure
do
young
this.
people will watch this, will listen to this, and even adults will gain a lot from this conversation. Can you hear me? See, your video is stuck. All right. Okay, now we're going to dive
Yeah.
deep into your book, Read and Glow. What inspired you to write that book, Read and Glow, a companion of academic excellence?
Okay. Read and Glow. First of all, when I started writing the book, I did not name it Read and Glow. It was first Tips for Effective Reading as a Student. The name was too long, and I felt that because when I do things, I'm working with the mindset of the people that I want to read it. And I want teenagers to be able to pick up this book and be interested in the book to read. So I thought of it. Teenagers nowadays, teenagers, Gen Zs, Gen Alpha, and all that, we just want to be seen. We want to glow, pop, and be shining everywhere. So I felt that that name, Read and Glow, will resonate with people, resonate with teenagers and everybody around. So what made me want to write this book, or what propelled me to write it, is seeing that a lot of teenagers, a lot of people do not enjoy reading. It's like a body, it's like you're just pouring things on them to do. So I thought of tips or ways because I use these ways and they help me. to make reading more fun, more enjoyable. So I felt like if I can share my own tips that I use that helps me, why not? Why should I not be able to give it to other people? And why will it not help others? So I just put it together. I've been writing this book for a long time now, but I finally put it together thanks to my mom. So we're able to put everything together, and I can see now that a lot of people resonate with that name because everybody wants to grow. And when you read, you become a leader because the knowledge that you have, the things that the information that you're able to acquire and use, not only to acquire the good, but if you're able to use them, it makes you a better person. And to get those informations, you have to read, listen to podcasts, listen to things that are educational. So for me, what I felt is that if I'm able to put those tips that can help other teenagers to read, I think it will help to reduce the drag that teenagers have and people in general have to read, and the behaviors that people put forward when it comes to reading. So
But how did you
that's it.
develop those principles and the strategies you shared in the book? How did you come up with them?
Okay. It is still, it's almost the same thing with the first question. It's like my own personality, the things that I feel work for me, or the things that I've heard other people tried, and I tried it and it worked for me. So since somebody else tried it, then I tried it, it worked for me.
It's
So
gonna work
I
for them.
feel
Yeah.
if other people try it too, it may also work for them. So I got these tips from different sources and I put them together. I tried them on my
Awesome.
own before
Okay, so
putting
what
them
were
in
some
those
challenges
books.
you faced while you were writing this book, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Okay, I would say the challenges I faced was starting and stopping. Like I said before, procrastination. You want to do something but you don't want to do it, or you're tired, but you have a dream. I wanted this book to be published so that I can be a young teenager that has accomplished something, so that I can start my career, my journey earlier on instead of having to wait. So I've been putting it off, taking it back. But last year my mommy, thanks to my mommy, I said before, she helped me to focus and get things done. We took it to a lot of people, we got reviews, got people to teach me and like groom me up in this area of authoring books and teaching people. So I feel those are the challenges I faced, but there were also
All
solutions that
right.
helped me to
Okay,
overcome
so
it.
if there's one message you want readers to take from this book, what would be that message?
Okay, my message would be don't overstress yourself. Do not make it feel like a body. No, we say fake it till you make it. My own is do it. Just keep doing it. Pray for that love and pray for the Holy Spirit to help. Pray for help. People that will help you to achieve that goal that you're aspiring for. So my message is that don't make it stressful at all. There are so many teenagers now that like cozy spaces, that like to do things in quiet spaces. Make it comfortable to your taste. Like if you're a person that likes reading in quiet places, you don't have to follow somebody else that likes reading in a noisy place or standing while reading. You are a person that likes to sit down and read where everywhere is quiet or with song in your ear. So don't try to copy other people. Just know your way. Make it fun for yourself. Reward yourself after. Take breaks, walk around. Don't just sit down there and force yourself that I must finish this thing. If I don't do 10 hours reading today, I've not done it. For me, it takes time. It takes time to read. Some people right now can read for 5 hours straight. I met somebody that in a conference, the person said he reads for 5 hours straight. And I was like, me that wrote a book, I don't read for 5 hours straight. I can read for 2 hours, 3 hours. So everybody is
Your way.
different.
Yeah.
Everybody varies. So do it according to your taste. start small, even though it's 30 minutes a day. Start,
That's
develop
great.
that
So
habit.
if I hear you
So
clearly, understand yourself, understand your uniqueness, and do it your way. Because at the end, the goal will be the same. I could go through a path and you go through your own path. The goal is that everybody becomes successful. Thank you. So now let's go back to some things that has to do with you as a person, especially your power of reading and learning. You completed the New Testament at age 13 and you are now on your path to finishing the entire Bible. What has this journey taught you as a person?
okay. First of all, it taught me that if you put your mind to something, you can finish it. If you are determined, you can start and you can finish something. So where I started reading the New Testament was, I think, when I was 13 years, that's 2 years ago, during our October holiday, when my daddy gave us a target, me and my siblings, that we should read the New Testament under 2 months because we had 2 months holiday. So instead of us just doing nothing, he told us to read the New Testament, that whoever is able to finish it, there will be a prize or there will be a gift. So first of all, that's why I said rewarding yourself. So because I knew that there was something that was coming at the end, I prepared myself to read it. And that it was not easy. Some days you will fall out because you are reading almost 29 books in the New Testament. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Galatians, Revelations. You are reading a lot of books under 2 months. So I was reading five chapters every day for that 2 months to be able to finish that New Testament. And I was able to do it because I had already put my mind into it that I'm going to finish this. I'm going to do it and I will get that prize. So that's why I said rewarding yourself also motivates you to do things. So I did not just rush through the journey because I was waiting for the prize. I actually listened to learn and to understand. Now I can say, I've read the New Testament and I'm happy about it. There's also a joy that comes when you're able to accomplish something. For instance, you are solving a very difficult mathematics, like a difficult math problem, and you have been there for a long time. But once you find the trick that you need and you're able to solve it, there's a kind of joy, that fulfillment that this thing I've been struggling with since I've been able to finish it. So for me, I feel that that's what helped me to read the to read the New Testament. And now I'm aspiring to read the whole Bible. And I'm done with the Old Testament. We're in the New Testament now. I did not just make this decision on my own. I did it with a group of people. The whole Bible challenge. I'm not doing it on my own. I did it with a group of people, like my church. So I'm following a daily plan with people in my church. We read 3 chapters every day for 1 year to be able to finish the whole Bible. So we are done with the Old Testament and now we're in the New Testament. So what I've learned from this is that put your mind, and there are a lot of things that you will learn and it will help you to boost your spirituality, your faith, because you will see where people were sick, um Jesus prayed for them, the disciples prayed for those people, and they became better. Even in the Old Testament, Jesus forgave people's sins. People that were the laws that were given in the Old Testament will make you thank God for sending Jesus to die for you, because the laws in the Old Testament, if we were living in those laws right now, maybe every family cows would have been finished, because right now we can buy one cow for 1 point something million. And those days, every little crime, you're killing a cow, you're killing a lamb, or one thing. So it just makes you to see the things that
Wow.
God has done for you and to appreciate those things.
Thank you.
So
This is
that's what I
awesome.
have to
I'm sure
say.
our listeners, I'm sure our viewers, they'll be enjoying this as they engage with it. Okay. So, how has reading shaped your academic success, and what role has faith played in your journey? I mean, faith in the journey of academics. What role has it played?
Okay. I'll say, okay. I'll say in for my faith and everything, first of all, I come from a very faith-filled background. my mommy and my daddy are deeply rooted in Christ. So they teach us to love God and to know God for ourselves, to have our own personal encounter and experience with God, so that you don't just deal on what other people know, but to know it for yourself. So I feel that my faith and growing in church, meeting other people, fellowshipping with others, learning from others what they have to say, and what you know and what you have read from the Bible, it helps you to know that even though you're not able to accomplish something or finish what you want to do at a particular time, you don't have to worry or be stressed about it. You don't have to beat yourself up. For instance, you set a goal to read for 3 hours straight and you're not able to do that because of other circumstances. Know that you are also a human being and other needs may arise. So don't beat yourself up. And this has helped me in my reading journey because I I used to wait until exams to read, but I found out that it's made my I would just be packing information and in the exam hall or with the paper I'll just forget it. But since I started taking my time, especially now that I'm solving mathematics more because I'm trying to improve on my maths. I don't want it to be like I'm good at every other subject, but I'm lagging in maths. So I put more effort. When I come back from school, I take few questions or what they have taught me before and I go through it again. I don't have to resolve. I just take my book and I just read through everything that was taught to just refresh it in my memory. So I feel that if we just put those little practical steps,
Wow, so
it can
proud of
help
you,
us.
daughter. Okay, but you've won best student in your class three
Thank you.
consecutive times. So what are the study habits that have helped you to achieve this? Those study habits that have helped you. I know you may have talked about some of them, maybe a little recap here and there. The study habits that have helped you to be the best student in your class three consecutive times. I remember we attended one where you were brought out before the entire school and also rewarded and awarded. So, what are those tips that have guided you to achieving this?
Okay. First of all, the tips are in my book. So I want you to first of all get the book and look for the tips. But I will just give you my little experience that I had. So when I came to the school, I was told that there's just one particular person that is always taking first position, always the best and everything. So I just made up my mind that let me do it because I was in Federal Girls before. And when I got there, what I met was that what I was told is that people that are here, their brain is very hot. So the first year I spent in Federal Girls, I got third position. I was proud of myself because after being told that people that are here, their brain is hot, so this, you have to read. I was able to get third position. I was proud of myself. First of all, you have to
Yeah.
accept the level that you are in right now to be able to get better and improve. So when I came to my new school, people were telling me that because I've already heard the same thing in my previous school that people are smart, this and that. So I already knew that I could do it. So I made up my mind that I was going to do it. And I got the first position. I got the first position again. Then I during our graduation, that's where they give final um to the whole school, they give you an award and something like that. So I feel it's still boils down to the decision that you make, the beliefs and the mindset that you have. So when you believe that you can do something, or when you when people are telling you that okay, this is how it is done in this particular place, if you are not reading 100 times a day, you're not going to pass this. Just accept where you are now. Even though you are getting sixth position in the class, accept where you are now and start taking few steps that will make you become better in where you are going or where you are aspiring to be. So that's what I did and that's what worked for me. The tips are
Okay.
in my book.
I want to just ask you now for you to at least point out those top three study tips for students who want to excel academically. But I think it's also necessary that if you need those tips, the best thing to do is to get the book. And the show, if you look at the show notes, you're going to get access to how you can get the book. Physical copies are available. If you want the soft copy, Also, let us know, because the soft copies will be available on Amazon so that people can get it globally from wherever they are all over the world. So we're going to go to the next question. You mentioned the fact that you want to be a teacher. What impact do you hope to make in the education space? Are there gaps that you see today that you think that you coming in, becoming a teacher, you're going to be able to cover that gap? Did you get
Sorry.
that?
Go and close the door.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to.
No, it's
I
fine.
think you should excuse me, please.
Take your
Somebody
time.
entered inside. Okay. So for
Go
me,
ahead, just answer.
okay, I'm ready. For me, the what I want to do is I want to impact teenagers because I want to just impact people generally because I feel that people don't have enough information or they have information and they don't know how to use it. So I just wanted to, and it's not something I just thought about it in my head. It has been with me when I was young. I've been aspiring to be a teacher, to be a teacher. I just wanted to teach people. And I feel that because I talk a lot, but I'm I'm kind of quiet. When you know me, I talk a lot. That. So I have different personalities based on where I am. But I like talking. I like imparting knowledge. I can just be in the kitchen and be talking and be coming up with things to say. If I were to come up to stage and say, teach people on so, I would just start thinking about it. So I feel that teaching is just a passion for me, and
Yeah,
I don't have to
no
just
surprise. That could be, it's possible that's coming from your gene because you're the daughter of a teacher. It's all right. So beyond the Bible, what other books? Sorry. Okay, so what other books or projects can we expect from you in the future? Have you thought about some of the books, some of the projects that you can come up with in the future? Has any of them come into your mind?
okay. In line with this my book talking about reading and glowing, I was also thinking if I would write another book or another. I just want to, first of all, my goal for this year is to speak at different places. I want to overcome the fear of public speaking because I like talking. I cannot just keep myself inside with my talk in my head. I want to be able to share it out. So that's my first goal for this year is to speak with people. So what I want to do is I want to teach people, not only in school, formal world. I just want to talk to people, to teenagers, and encourage them with my own words, my own voice. And I also feel that I will write other books because this one is talking about reading and glowing. I also want to talk about like something that still is related to glowing, but not about book now, but you just glow outside of only reading other tips. So
All right,
that's
that's
what I feel will
awesome.
come from the future.
Okay, if you were to give one piece of advice to that teenager who want to succeed in life, what would that advice be?
Okay, my advice to you as a teenager, if you want to succeed, is know that God loves you. Know that you are loved and love yourself. So, first of all, to be able to succeed in anything, there are people who want to lose weight. They may have eaten too much and be too fat, but you want to lose weight. You cannot, out of hatred, want to lose weight. You're just doing more harm to yourself. So, you have to, like I said before, accept where you are now and work to become better. So, that's my advice for you. Accept where you are now, pray, build your relationship with God, do things that will help you aside from always reading. I know reading is important, but also develop yourself in other areas. If you know that you're a person that has so many talents that want to do different things, if you're into music, develop yourself in your music career. Don't only feel that you can only succeed with book. I know that there are other people who succeed outside of book. Read and also develop your hobbies, your habits. Spend time with yourself and believe that you can do it. But first of all, know that God loves you and you have to
This
love
is
yourself
powerful.
to make
This is
yourself a
powerful.
better person.
Spend time to yourself. Awesome. Okay, so what's your favorite book beside the Bible?
My favorite book, I feel I like storybooks more, but now I'm venturing into educational books apart from storybooks. So for the few educational books I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've read what other book have I read now? The Hero Inside. I've read other books I've read though, but for me, I think I like storybooks and the book I from the ones I've read now, I like the book The Hero Inside, though it took me a lot of time to read because it is almost like 200 and something pages and I'm trying to overcome that fear of big books because once I see a book that is big, I'll just zero my mind that I can't read. But this year, like I said, setting goals is also important. So this year, I set goals to read 12 books for this year. That is one for each month. But the way I'm going this year, the way I've gone in the past 2 months, I've been able to review myself from these past 2 months. That's another thing. Reflect on your past activities. So I've been able to go back to everything I've done, and I saw that if I say I should take one book per month, I will not be able to accomplish my goals. So I reduced it to six per year. That is one book for 2 months so that I'll be able to really absorb the knowledge. Because sometimes when I was doing one book per month, that is 10 pages a day, I will have to rush to quickly finish it because most of the times I don't have time because I come back from school late. I have to do different things. So I just quickly rush it and keep the book. So I don't have time to absorb what I'm reading. So I decided to break it and make it longer. That is reading 5 pages a day. That way I'll be able to read more and accomplish more things, get the knowledge. So my best book for now that I have read from the educational books is The Hero Inside. I like that book because it talks about different things. It talks about your identity. It gives you it helps you know that you are different because the author of the book, she was a different person. Every other person felt that girls are not supposed to do this. Girls are not supposed to do that. But she was different. She wanted to explore different things. She wanted to know why is this thing like this. They will tell you, for instance, this water can was made like this. This is how it's supposed to be. She will question it. Why was it made like this? And people will be like, why are you always questioning everything? But she had that kind of mind that wanted to know more, to create more things. So that's what drove her to become better. And now she's making a lot of money. She's impacting a lot of people through her experience. So first of all, what I love about that book is that it teaches identity and it helps you to. There are other skills that you do that are list in your memory. Like you will not think that conscious observation is a skill that you're supposed to learn or is something you're supposed to know. You will not think they are supposed to be conscious about your environment. But she put all those things in the book because those are what have helped her. So I feel that that's the book I like as of now.
Awesome.
And
So if you could
that's it.
meet any historical or modern figure, who would that person be and why? Have you really thought about that?
Mm. Okay. If yes, if he's a historical person in
And any
writing
field.
or authoring a book, I think I will go
Okay.
for Chimamanda
She's someone
Ngozi.
you need, is someone you like to meet. So why?
Yes? Okay, I want to meet her because she's also a Nigerian author, first of all, and her books are very big. So I would like to ask, how does she come up with that much idea? Because I have a friend too who writes books that are big like hers, but has not. I don't know why. I don't know if she has been able to publish it yet, but she writes books that are big too, and she loves reading her books. Her books are very big. That, like, for example, the Half of a Yellow Sun. My classmates read that book under 2 weeks. She finished that big book. Like I said, I have a little fear for big books. So she was able to finish that book under 2 weeks, and I was surprised because it's big. So I just want to meet her, like, to be a little inspiration to meet another Nigerian author that writes big books and is known everywhere. So that's my own goal. If I'm able to
Okay,
meet her, I
so
will be
if you
joyous.
had one superpower,
That's
what
it.
do you think that superpower is?
That I've gotten that question so many times, but I don't really have an answer to that because I want to be able to teleport, to live here and go somewhere else. I want to be able to read people's mind, but I want to be able to do a lot of things. So to just
All
pick
right.
one is not that easy.
Okay, so what's that one daily
So
habit
as
that
it.
you can't do without? That daily habit that you cannot do without.
Okay. My daily habits as of now, like I said, I'm trying to improve my spiritual life. So since I'm following a plan of 3 chapters a day, even though I'm not able to cover the 3 chapters a day, I want to always be able to read my Bible, to wake up in the morning and read my Bible. So that is an habit that I have been improving on, getting better at. Because for this year, my goal is to finish the Bible, of course, and to also keep my Bible streak. I use an app called the U Version Bible app, and I keep streaks with my Bible with the app. So since the month of January till now, I've been able to keep that streak. I've not lost it, and it's at 68 days or so. So I want to be able to finish it 365 days. I want to be able to accomplish that. So I think one thing that I don't want to forget every day
That's
is to
awesome.
open that Bible app and
I
keep
think
that streak.
that's one app that shows really that people do what you inspect, not what you expect. I remember keeping my streak in that app, and sometimes you are on 60 something, 100 and something, and you miss it one day and it goes back to zero. It could be very painful. Okay, it's been a very incredible conversation with you. I must say, I'm deeply impressed, and I'm certain that every other person that's going to watch this on YouTube or listen to this on our podcast channel, they will be super impressed. So, where can people get your book, Read and Glow, and how can they connect with you?
Okay. I think that will come for my daddy. But right now there is a link that will be put on the screen maybe to get the book. But we are thinking of physical copies. There are going to be more physical copies. If we were doing online, maybe it would be on Amazon, but they are going to be physical copies. And to reach with me, talk to my daddy,
Yeah.
and either my number or my email, because I'm starting to
Okay.
get
On the
used to
show
receiving
notes, we'll
messages
put
from my
an
email.
email for privacy's sake. We want to keep her private. She's still a student, still going through school. We don't want this exposure to override her academic pursuits. So for now, she doesn't have any social media platform. She's just a student and she's just going to be 15. So you can send her an email. We'll put an email on the show notes. So for every other thing, you'll be dealing with our company, the Treskaro Systems and Solutions. We're the publisher of our book, and we manage everything that has to do with our at the moment. So Karen, any final word to encourage young people who are struggling with discipline, reading, and academic success?
Okay, my final words to anybody that is going to be watching this is that I believe in you and I know that you can do it. You can become better. You can aspire to be that great person you want to be because you need role models. You need people in your life that you want to look up to. So outline the things that you want to do, outline the places you want to go, how big you want to be known, how great you want to be. Know, outline those things and believe that you can do it. That is where I stand. Your mindset matters. So believe that you can do what you have put your mind to do. So those are my words for anyone that is going to watch the
Thank you
video.
for
Thank
investing
you
this
so
time.
much.
Shalom. So, thank you, Karen. See if we can end it now. So, you just leave your phone. Yeah, so leave your phone on for some
Thank you,
time so
guys.
the system can take it. Yeah.
Okay. I go now.